What is up, guys? Welcome back to Adventures in Rice, where we look at ways that you can live better for less. And today we're going to be taking a look at a 50% interest account that you just have to get. So let's go. Okay guys, as you can see, we're in a different location again. Hopefully we're going to get some consistency here. But today we're going to be taking a look at a 50% interest savings account, which is probably the highest rate you're going to get anywhere on the planet right now. Now there are a couple of stipulations to this. It is a government-backed account that is available to people on universal credits and working tax credits. So the first thing you're going to need to do is head on over to the website so you can see if you're eligible. Now the website you can get to via Google by typing in help to save. Make sure the link that you click on is the UK government link. It will start www.gov.uk, then it's / get help savings low income, and there's a couple of dashes in there as well. I'll put the link in the description just in case you're unsure. Now once the website's open, you'll be able to check at the top that we're on the government UK website. It will say gov.uk, and then you've got a page that says get help with savings if you're on a low income, in brackets help to save. Now help to save is just the name of the scheme. I will leave the link in the description just in case you're a little unsure. Obviously you don't want to be signing up to random websites that you pick up off Google. So what we're going to do is a quick overview, a quick summary, and then we'll break down some of the steps, if you're eligible, how it works, and then I'll give you some examples because I've actually got an account myself. So as I said, there is some criteria that is involved. You will need to be on a low income and receiving some form of benefits. That might be tax credits or universal credits. Again, we'll find that as we work through it. The other thing to mention that this is a 4-year account. Now you don't have to keep it for 4 years, you don't have to pay in for 4 years, but the whole scheme runs for 4 years. So essentially what happens is that you put money in, hopefully for the 4 years, and at the end of that period, they're going to give you an additional 50% of however much you saved. Now there is a cap on how much you can save per month, and that is £50, because obviously you don't want anybody coming along putting in 100 grand and then taking 50 grand after 4 years. That would be absolutely insane. So there is this cap of £50. Now you don't have to put in £50 every month. You don't have to put in anything every month, but that is the upper limit. So if you wanted to, you could put in £2, say in this month in March, you could put in £10 next month, you could put £50 in September, and then £5 in December. You can really mix it up depending on how your funds and how you're budgeting for that particular month. You can also pay in multiple times within the month, as long as the total doesn't exceed £50 for that month. So for example, you could put in £5 today, you could put in £10 next week, and you could put in £30 the week after. Now if you did find that you were struggling 1 week or 1 month and you needed some of the money back, you can withdraw it. There are no fees for that. You can take the money back out. But what that will do is impact how much interest you will receive at the end of the scheme. So for example, if you were to put in £50 every single month, you would save £2,400 over the course of the 4 years. And in 4 years' time, the government will give you £1,200 back. Now you might be thinking that £1,200 is not that much over the course of 4 years, but this is hundreds of pounds a year in interest. And if we compare that to some of the current savings accounts offered by the banks, if we look at Barclays here for example, their current savings account offers you 0.01% per year. That means that if you had £100 in your Barclays account, after a year they would give you 1p. And obviously with the rate of inflation and things like that going up all the time, you're still actually losing money. If we scroll down, some of their other accounts, 0.4%, that will give you 40p over the course of a year. And even if we look at their top savings account there, the Barclays Children's Savings Account, that is 1.51% per year. That is £1.51 on £100 per year. Compared to what we're looking at here with the Help to Save scheme, which is 50%. So if you're saving £600 per year in Help to Save, you're going to get £300 back per year. And £300 is a hell of a lot more than 30p. Again, if we have a quick look on the Halifax here, these are fairly standard rates on everything. You'll be able to see that if we scroll down, here we go, you've got anything from 0.01% to 1%, which is absolutely nothing, especially when you factor in inflation and how money is losing between 4 and 8% of its value every year at the moment. So if we go back to the Help to Save page, we'll work through it. So how it works, Help to Save is a type of savings account. It allows certain people entitled to working tax credits or receiving universal credit to get a bonus of 50p for every £1 they save over 4 years, as we've discussed. The Help to Save scheme is backed by the government, so all the savings are secure. You're not going to lose any of your money. So how do payments work? Now, they actually pay out in 2 different lump sums. So you can save between £1 and £50 each month. You don't have to pay in every month, as I say, and you can pay money into your account via debit card or a standing order or even a bank transfer. You can pay in as many times as you like, but the most you can pay, as I said, is £50 per month. Like I said, you can withdraw the money, but that's going to impact your total balance, and that will become a bit clearer later on. So how the bonuses work. So you're going to get bonuses at the end of the 2nd and the 4th years. So after 2 years, they'll take your highest balance and give you 50% on top. So if we save £50 every month, they're going to give us £600. And then after the end of the 4th year, we're going to get another £600. And that will make up our 50% for the total of the 4 years. So what happens after 4 years? Essentially, the scheme ends. Your Help to Save account will close after 4 years from the date that you opened it. Now, there is something very important to point out here. Now, you do not have to be on working tax credits or universal credits for the whole 4 years. For example, you could be on universal credits this week, open your account, and tomorrow they could stop. You're going to keep that account then for the whole 4 years. Now, you can close your account at any time. If you choose to close your account early, you're going to miss the next bonus and you won't be able to open another one. Now, because you can withdraw money at any time, there is no reason to close your account, so make sure you don't do that by accident. So what's next? What you will get? So as we've discussed, you'll get 2 tax-free bonuses over 4 years. That means you don't have to declare them for tax purposes. You'll get your bonuses you've earned even if you withdraw the money. After your first 2 years, you'll get your first bonus, which is going to be 50% of the total, the maximum that you ever had in that account. So if you managed to put in £200 and then you had to take 100 back out, you can still get 50% of that 200 because you did save that. That was your balance. And this is where it's always best to get as much out of this as you can, because if you did take that money out and then you had to put some more in, because you're limited to £50 per month, you're never going to get the maximum amount you can if you're taking money out all the time. So if you can, you really want to get as much money into this account every calendar month that you can. But obviously, if you can't afford it, don't worry, that's not a problem. You just want to make the most of what we've got here. So after 4 years, you'll get the final bonus if you continue to save, which ideally we're going to be. This bonus will be 50% of the other 2 amounts. So basically it's 50% again. So your bonus is paid out into your bank account. It'll go directly into your main bank account. So you don't have to worry about transferring money or anything. They do have an example on their website, but essentially just goes over what I've said already. Now, what happens if you withdraw your money? Obviously, like I said, if you withdraw the money, it's going to be harder to increase that balance and you're never going to get it up to the maximum it could be because it's capped at £50 every month. And obviously that means you won't be able to earn the largest possible interest on the bonuses. Okay, now the important bit, the eligibility. So like I say, there is some criteria involved in being able to get this, and it's not as difficult as it might sound. So eligibility, you can open a Help to Save account if you are any of the following: receiving working tax credits, entitled to working tax credits and receiving child tax credits, or claiming universal credits. And this is an important bit. You will need to have earned £617.73 or more from paid work in your last monthly assessment. So as you know, if you're on universal credits, you have to report your monthly income and then they deduct how much you've made from how much they're going to give you and things like that. So this is probably the biggest hurdle for most people, because if you're on universal credits, the chances are you're not getting over £600 a month. I know certainly I haven't been. But what you can do is work freelance, self-employed. You can, if you wanted to, you could go wash cars, you could do side jobs, DIY, things like that, just to generate the income. Or what you could do is go to a family member or a friend and say to them, you would like to work for them self-employed for £620. Maybe you could fix their car, you could do their shopping, you could do a bit DIY for them, something like that. As long as you declare that as self-employed income, then you will qualify for this scheme. Now the chances are there's going to be tax involved with that, so at the end of the year when you declare your tax and your self-assessment and all of that, this will be included on it. But don't forget, we're looking at accessing an account that's going to give us £1,200 in the long run. So it's definitely going to be worth it. And as I said previously, this is all you need to open the account. So you could do this for the day that you open the account, and you could never work for the next 3 years, the next 4 years, and you're still going to have access to this account. So all you need is that one-off payment of £620 that you declare on your self-assessment, and you'll be qualified to get this account. As you can see, if you get payments as a couple, you and your partner can apply for your own accounts, and you will need to apply for them separately. You also need to be living in the UK, and if you live overseas, you can apply for an account if you are a Crown servant, or their spouse, or a civil partner, or a member of the British Armed Forces, or their spouse or civil partner. So obviously, if you have a husband or a wife that's working abroad with the forces, maybe on tour, Afghan or the Middle East or somewhere, you can still apply for this. If you're a Crown servant, I very much doubt that you're going to be looking at universal credits and help to save interest accounts from the government. As you can see, if you stop claiming benefits, you keep using your help to save account. And that's the biggest bonus from this as well, because a lot of people, you don't want to be on universal credits or benefits for years and years on end, and you don't want to lose the benefits of this scheme just because you've gone and got a job somewhere. So as I say, all of this can be done in a day. Tomorrow you could have nothing and all your benefits could stop. You've still got access to this account, which makes this account really, really valuable. So how will this affect your benefits? So if we take a look at the page here, how will it affect your benefits? Saving money through Help to Save account could affect your eligibility for certain benefits and how much you get. And they do go over a couple here. They're pretty generic. They're the same sort of things you would have heard about when you applied for credits in the first place. So if we look at the universal credits there, if you or your partner have £6,000 or less in savings, then it's not going to affect anything at all. And this is the same, as you know, if you apply for universal credits, they always say, do you have more or less than £6,000? Because if you have more than £6,000 in savings, then you get a reduced amount of credits. Same with working tax credits here. Any savings or bonuses you earn through Help to Save will not affect how much working tax credit you get. And housing benefits, again, if you have less than £6,000 in savings, it's not going to affect your benefits at all. Once you've read through the information on the pages there, you will need to apply for the account. And this is very, very quick and can be done super fast. I already have mine, so obviously I can't really go through this in massive detail. But you will need a government gateway user ID and a password. If you don't have an ID, you can create one now when you apply. And the government gateway user ID, it's 12 numbers in sets of 2. So you might be 34, 55, they look like lottery numbers, but obviously you don't lose money and you don't get millions. But essentially you'll need that to log in to your Help to Save account. If you imagine it's just like an online banking account. So you'd hit apply now. If you do have a government gateway ID, you can put that in now and your password, and then it'll take you through the rest of the process. If you don't have a government ID, you can see underneath sign in here, you've got create sign in details, and that'll take you to a new page, and then you'll be able to apply and you'll get the numbers. Again, that all comes through really, really quick. Now, when it comes time to pay into the account, you can either set up a standing order, you can do a bank transfer, or pay by direct debit. Now, personally, I like to pay by a direct debit card because that gives me the flexibility. So if 1 month I'm not having a great amount of income and I need to reduce my payments, I can do that. If you have a standing order, it's going to be the same amount every month, and I might catch you off guard a bit. But when it comes time to pay in, you just head to the Help to Save website. Underneath apply now, you've got sign in. Obviously click the sign in button there, and it will ask you for your government user ID, which again is those 12 numbers in 6 pairs. Put in your password, that will take you to your account. Once you've entered your government user ID and your password, they will send you a code to your phone as an added layer of security, so look out for that. And then you'll have access to your account. So I've been paying in for the last 6 months. If we take a look at my account here, my current balance is £300 because I've tried to get that £50 in every month. The maximum I can pay in, as I say, is 50. I've already paid in 50 and I can pay in again next month in April. So my current balance is £300. My first bonus is going to be 50% of that. So if we click across, so right now my first bonus is £150. And obviously by the end of the 4 years, that's going to increase to 1,200. So if I was to take out £100 now, say I had a boiler problem or I needed to pay some bills, if I took out £100, that would drop my balance to 200. So next month when I put in 50, it's only going to go up to 250, and the month after that is going to go up to 300. So that means I'm losing 2 months worth of balance. So this is why it's important to get as much in there as you can and to withdraw it as little as you can, because that's going to affect the total amount you'll be able to save in the account and obviously the total amount of interest and bonuses you're going to get at the end. So as you can see on the screen, I'll get 50% of my bonus. So if I never paid in anything else again, on the 30th of September next year, I will get £150 for free. And of course that is all tax-free as well. So even if I make withdrawals, so I can take the 300 out and they're still going to give me £150 next year. But obviously we want to increase that as much as we can. So guys, as you can see, this is a really, really impressive account. And a lot of people don't know about this. So it's definitely worth applying. Even if you're not sure if you can get it, have a look on the website, check the eligibility, and make an application. The worst they can do is turn you down. The best they're going to do is give you £1,200 for free. And as I say, that is massively better than any interest rate you'll get in any bank right now. Now guys, another really important thing to understand when it comes to finances is that due to inflation and money printing, your money is losing value every single year. And that could be anything from 4% to 8%, as prices go up. I'm sure you've seen the state of petrol at the moment in the UK and around the world. If we take a look at this Wall Street Journal article here, the British pound has lost more than 1/10 of its value this year. That's 10% of value has been lost. And that's important to bear in mind when you're looking at interest accounts. If we go back to the Barclays account here, where you get 0.01%, considering that the British pound has lost 10% of its value, you're only getting 0.01%, so you're still losing 9.99% of your money every single year. And that means that if you were to get a savings account, you would need to find one that gave you 10% interest just to break even. So when you look at these accounts that are giving you 0.01%, even 1%, even 5%, if you find an interest account with a bank that offers you 5%, that sounds fantastic. But you're still losing 5% of the value of your money. And that's why this Help to Save scheme is so good, because it's giving us 50%, and that's going to offset that 10% in loss of value that we're receiving from inflation. And that's really, really important to understand. Okay guys, so I hope you have found this video to be really helpful. If you have, hit a like button. If you've got any questions, any comments, leave that down below as well. I will of course put the link to the Help to Save website in the description. It's all government backed, all secured. Obviously the government aren't the best people to trust with everything these days, but it's definitely better than other options. So once again guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, live better.